Hello again, everyone. This is Jim here. Welcome back to my channel. Coming back today with an update on my Body Sig experiment. I didn't think I would be coming back with an update so soon. I just introduced it 2 weeks ago, but the results are so positive that I just had to share. So that's the purpose of today, just to give an update on a few things. Just to remind people, the Body Sig test that I'm doing involves 3 interventions. Number one, I started low heart rate exercise to lower stress. I also shifted my my meat selection to prioritize lean meat rather than fat. It's I mean, there's still some fat meat in there, but predominantly lean with some fat. So I just kind of switched the ratio around a little bit. And then the other thing is I added a few days of fasting into the schedule. And in the last 2 weeks, I repeated again the initial sequence, which was in the first week, I would fast on the alternate days, Tuesday and Thursday. And then the following week, I would do no fasting. So that's what I've done. I've done 2 days fasting. And then this current week, the end of the week that's just ended, I did no fasting. And results continue in a positive direction, so I thought I'd share them. I'm just going to show a few of the updates of some of the graphs that I introduced before. The first one is just the total results, which are now, in terms of weight, I'm down 4.6 pounds. And the body fat is unchanged, really. I think the first update it was minus 0.3, now it's minus 0.2. So body fat really hasn't changed in this whole test so far, and I kind of thought it would, but it hasn't. The big news to me, what kind of got me excited today, and I thought this was happening, is that my waist size has gone down, and I'm now, since mid-December, I'm down 3/4 inch on the waist. And when I did the update a couple weeks ago, I wasn't sure on the waist. I thought possibly it was maybe 1/4. I couldn't really tell. But as of this morning, I took a measure, and it's 3/4 of an inch from the last time I measured my waist down. So that is real positive. That makes up for no body fat change. The body fat, I'm not sure that number, what it's measuring, if it's like, if it's water or if it's fat or what it is, or where it's measuring. It's kind of a slightly unscientific thing, but the waist is a waist, and that's where I wanted to lose some weight. So I'm glad to see that. I had this other graph here, this moving average, so you can kind of see, the whole Body Sig test. And I drew a red vertical line where the graph was when I introduced this a couple of weeks ago. That was after 42 days. And now I'm up to, I guess it'd be 56 days. And you can see the trend continues. It's shooting down. And I think especially due to whenever that alternate day fast is plugged into the equation, it seems to just move forward quite somewhat dramatically. So, and then the other graph was this one, which is my whole year for 2019. I showed the year. I broke it up into 2 segments. One where the first part of the year was stable. I was happy. That was kind of the zone I wanted to be. And then after I went to Italy, it kind of went haywire and was bounced up into a new zone and started an upward trend. Now you can see I've got in red on the end of it is this 56 days of the Body Sig test in red. And my main objective going into this was to break up that trend from late 2019 to set a new trend and to, you know, unravel that. And I got to say that it's done that. It's clearly heading back down, and you know, it's broken up that pattern. So something has worked here, and I'm just quite pleased. You know, I didn't really have a weight loss goal going into this, and I still don't, but I like the trend, and I like the fact that my waist is going down. So because it's working, and because I'm not sacrificing anything. My meals, when I eat, I'm eating as much as ever. I'm eating ad libitum. I'm not weighing and measuring anything. And so I'm enjoying the meals as much as always, which is great. But there's just something about it. I don't know. I still have to work with it because I don't know which component has the most effect. I'm tending to think it's that alternate day fast. You know, those 2 days. I've never done that before. I mean, I've done a lot of fasting techniques, but you know, I always thought in the past, like if I'm going to have a week and fast 2 days, I would always think, well, I'm going to put them back to back, you know, so that I go deeper into a fast rather than split it up. Why shouldn't you split it up and be more effective to cram it all together? But there's something about this cycling, you know, like I go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm, you know, eating, not eating, eating, not eating. There's something about that bouncing around that I don't know if it just sends the body a signal to that things are different, but I have a feeling that's the most effective part of this. I think the low stress exercise is also helpful, but I'm not sure to what extent. And the lean versus fat content on the meat, I don't know how big a factor that is right now. What I plan to do is I'm going to finish another, you know, I'm going to finish up the second month of this. I'm going to go another 2 weeks, and then decide on, I'm going to fix in a fasting strategy for the following month. So I know I'm probably going to keep the alternate days. Right now, what I plan to do, my plan is I'm going to fast 1 day next week. I'm going to fast on Wednesday next week. So that would be, so in a 4 week period, it would be 2 fasting days in the first week, no fasting days the following week, 1 fasting day on the 3rd week, and no fasting days in the 4th week. So in a 4 week span, 3 fasting days, 2 front loaded, where 2 of them are in the first week. That's kind of my plan. So I'll see how that goes the rest of the way. And if I'm comfortable with it, then I'll just repeat that. But then I'm going to do some experimentation with the meat and see, you know, I'll mix in more fat and just see if that makes any difference or not. Not that I'm feeling deprived or anything. I mean, I'm just having fewer ribeyes now, you know, like once a week versus almost every night. But hey, every meat meal is a wonderful meal. I guess that's the main gist of this update. This is just a short video today. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention I'm doing is today would be my 3rd day with no coffee. I decided to do a no coffee test out of the blue, and I always thought that coffee would be something I hold on to, that I never give that up. But I always, in the back of my mind, I wondered, you know, is that something? You know, that's that's a plant derivative. It's a stimulant, and maybe it's not the best thing, but I was just so attached to it, and it was so much a part of my life. I didn't want to give it up, and I still don't know if I will, but I'm testing it. And you know what? The first day, I had some headaches. I knew to expect that. I didn't know how bad of a withdrawal it might be, but first day was headaches. Second day, no headaches, and today, I'm up and no headaches either. I feel fine. So I don't know. The one positive thing I can say so far is that my sleep has been better, which I guess also not surprising, but my sleep has been really sound and deep and restful. So that would be a nice benefit if it comes down to it. That could be the deciding factor if I want to continue with a no coffee lifestyle. Part of me, I can't imagine myself doing that because coffee is kind of my identity. I'm always getting a coffee, whenever I head out on the road or first thing in the morning. But who knows? Maybe I develop some new habits. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to mention those couple of things I was doing. I was kind of excited about when I saw. I wasn't planning to do a video today, but when I saw 3/4 of an inch off the waist, I said, "Oh yeah, I want to make a video and share it because it's good. It's going well." And I just wanted to get the information out there because in case anybody else is considering kind of changes that might get them off of a plateau. And that was one of my thoughts going into this is to see the reaction, to see what if you only had a little bit of weight to lose. What would you do? A stubborn weight, like old weight. Is there a way to get it off? And so that's why I'm going to stick with this and see it through a little bit. And I'm okay to keep losing weight as long as it's coming off my belly, off the waist, because I figured that that's not muscle. And so I don't mind losing off the waist. So yeah, that's pretty much today's update. Not a big one. I'll come back, maybe in a few weeks or a month again and follow this along. It's going to be kind of a continuing story, and we'll see where it goes. And that's about it. I was, last week's video, I did one last week, and it was where I was talking about what I thought changed this time to lose weight. Why was I successful losing weight this time? And I said I was going to try to be more as a motivational type video. And while it really was, I got a great response. I mean, I don't recall getting so many views in a long time. I don't know, something like 2,500 views or whatever, and lots of positive comments. So that resonated with people. I'm going to try to do more like that. People are, people want to be motivated or want some positivity. So I'm going to certainly try to do more in that direction too. Yeah, that's all. As always, I thank everyone that's joined me on my journey and gives me comments and support and shows interest and likes and subscribes. I never ask for people to like and subscribe, but that's pretty much every single YouTube video. The first thing they say, like and subscribe and hit the bell. So it kind of makes me laugh because I never say that, but I notice people are doing it. They subscribe and they like and hit the bell, I suppose. But anyway, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.